Joining me now are two of those Purple Heart recipients, Idaho National Guard Chief Warrant Officer Nate Loomis and Navy Corpsman George Stavropoulos. I got that name right?
Yes, you did.
Okay, nailed it. All right. So Nathan, what does this trip mean for you?
For me, this trip is, I guess it's really about sharing stories with fellow veterans and sharing experiences. And today, so far, it's been about seeing the Statue of Liberty, 9/11 Memorial, things that inspire us as soldiers and represent the things that we fight for in the country, and actually seeing those as a visceral reminder of those things.
George, you were Vietnam, okay? And one of the big things about this event is they don't, when you came back from Vietnam, people were not happy about the war. They were very hostile towards you. You come in, and now they do a welcome home ceremony to simulate what you should have had.
Yes, and it's quite touching, and from my personal experience, a welcome change.
Yeah, but what I mean, do you have any family with you here on this trip?
No, I don't.
So what does it mean when you talk to friends and family, obviously at home, when you tell them, like, look, I got a Purple Heart serving in a war that nobody wanted us to be in at the time?
Well, that's very true. In fact, for years I didn't discuss it at all with anyone. It took a long time for me to get past what had occurred on my homecoming. Yeah, because I got rocks and eggs thrown at the ambulance I was in, and attempts to turn the ambulance over, and that was my welcome home.
Yeah, well, we will never let that happen here, especially. But Nate, these people go through a number of things. Obviously, have injuries on the battlefield, you come home, you transition. We had a chance to talk a little bit about it earlier today. Getting out when you transition into regular military life or civilian life, what is it like when you talk to people and you said, like, look, today's not so bad, nobody's shooting at me, nobody died, and I'm sorry your coffee is not hot. How do you cope with that?
Honestly, I just live my life and let people live theirs. I mean, I think we all have different experiences in life, and how we address those. Like, it's not on me to put my experiences on other people and say, your life isn't that bad. Maybe their life is their bad because they don't have any other experiences to compare it to.
You're a more patient man than I am. But George, the same question to you. You've seen a lot, and when people complain about the day-to-day, it's like, you're living in the greatest country in the world. Appreciate it.
I totally agree. I tried to live my life and get past some of the biases that I had created when I came home, because I really didn't like a lot of people. Yeah. And it took me a while to get past that, and I concentrated on getting past that and letting other people live their lives, and I didn't want to interfere with that.
I got about 30 seconds left. You bring up a great point. The military teaches you to hate so you can kill more effectively. How did you get out by that?
Well, I was a corpsman in the first place, so my primary job was taking care of the wounded, not being one of the fighters per se. I didn't dwell on that. There were some times that I had to deal with it, but for the most part, I did my job. Yeah,
well, you did it well. You came home, brought others home with you. So, Nate, George, we really appreciate you being in here. Enjoy the rest of New York.
Oh, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Watch out for the UN. They're taking up everything.